Trapping like the narco. Got dope like Pablo. Cut dope like Pablo. Shot trees with the Draco. On the north got Diego. Say hasta luego. We'll be in rapping kilo. Snub nose with potato. Take out. No monkey in the jungle block.
Hey y'all, it's Day and welcome back to my channel, Day's Vlog. If you're new here, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. That helps me a lot. And if you're a return subscriber, hey, what's going on? So if y'all can see by the title of the video, this is going to be just a simple life update video. Just about my life in general, my year in general, how my first semester went at my HBCU, what I've really learned in general for this year, and just really just some of my plans going forward. I feel like this will be the last YouTube video I post for this year, but I know that I'm planning some more content and everything like that. So keep you blase in the near future. Anyway, if I bore you by that, let's get right into the video. So basically, my whole entire life, start of this year was not really the best. I was at my old college, which if you know the college name, you know the college name. It was in Wisconsin, and I had gone through a few incidents and situations there. I will be updating you guys in a story time video when that time comes. And every day there, I just kept growing more and more depressed being there, and I just knew it was time for me to leave. There was a lot of factors I put into wanting to leave my old college. Obviously, I transferred, obviously, but it took a lot. A lot of courage, a lot of X, Y, and Z for me to finally leave my old college. So when I finally left my old college, there was still a lot of healing I had to do to recover from the things I went through. And my summer really did not make it any better as I went through yet another incident. I went through some things, over the summer. I was working and I was just praying. I had a lot of regret in my heart because I didn't audition to go into my college's band. When I was like, I want to get back into band. I want to get back into the marching band life, which I know that this upcoming year I will be. I was just going through it. I was just like, wow. But I still, kept a positive face. My self-esteem was at its absolute lowest. Work was hell. Kept dealing with customers with interesting attitudes. And I was just like, can't do it. Can't do it. Then moving day finally came, which if you haven't watched it, right there, here's the video. I'll link it down in the description box below. I moved in. Moving day was a lot of fun. It was a really big step forward for me and my family, per se. I was and is the first person, in my family to go out of state for college, especially that long distance, and my first person in my family to go to an HBC. It was a really big moment for me. Lots of prayers and just everything coming there. I know it's stress to pay my tuition bill and just everything. I was just truly grateful I was there. Then I had an interesting, yet another dirty roommate incident. This girl was older than me, 2 years older than me to be exact. And she had graduated high school in 2019. She got her associate's degree. We met over Twitter. I thought, cool, it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be all right. So I met her at our new student orientation, before my moving day, sorry. And that's when I met my other two sweet mates as well too. They were really cool too. We haven't all declared our majors yet because of classes and X, Y, and Z, anything like that. Anyway, they explained, their situation as to why they're here now at that school. And I was like, okay, cool. I explained mine. We really hit it off. So the girl I met over Twitter, my sweet mates, they met up together. And, we was like, we all should room together. So, when the day came to choose room and housing and everything like that, I was completely worried. I was very worried. But I was like, you know what? It's going to be okay. We picked our rooms. We got the rooms we wanted, everything like that. So I stay in Aggie Suites E. It's a really nice room situation, X, Y, and Z. It's anyway. Other than that, I got to know the girl from Twitter even better, which she put me through a lot, not physically, but mentally wise. And that's why I knew I had to set my boundaries. She was a very dirty roommate. I promise you guys, I will give you 2 back-to-back story times on my ex roommate and my ex roommate. But I did not let that bother me. I didn't. she stayed in the room a lot. No hate, no shade to any introverts, anything like that. I personally feel as though if you're in the room for such a long time, I feel as though you should give your roommate some space to be in the room by themselves so that they can breathe, because it's not just your room, it's other people's room as well too. So that's how I felt. And going through that didn't make it any better. I set my boundaries, and me and my suite mates talked to her multiple times because it became to the point where the bathroom got dirty. And not just that, our shower got dirty. The shower me and her shared. So the rooms that we had, it was a Jack and Jill type of style. So we had my room, bathroom, and then my other suite mate's room. So it was like the Jack and Jill's type of style, which by the grace of God, was all put together, thank God. That started to get dirty. We called her out for her stuff. She started denying it, said she'll do better. Maybe after like a week or two, she came back to it. It got so bad to the point where her side literally had 3 trash bags on the side. 1 under her desk and like 2 out in the open. It was absolutely ridiculous. And it even became to the point where she dropped the Pop-Tart on the ground and did not pick it up for like 3 days. Traumatizing. I know. Like, but even through that, like I said, I wanted to make my mark. I wanted to do better at my old school. I wanted to push myself to put myself into a lot of things. I didn't really get to put myself in a lot of things, a lot of clubs that I would have liked to. I signed up for a lot of clubs. I did not commit to those clubs. But I will next semester. I know I will, because I will manage my time better. I got to learn and know more about my suite mates. We grew closer and everything like that. I joined the anime club. And that's how I met my now current boyfriend, everything like that. At first, it was just like a friendly type of thing. Then I rekindled a friendship with an old high school friend. She left after my freshman year due to tuition reasons. And she was like one of the main reasons why I also wanted to transfer to the school. So I got to know her. And, you know, she invited me to this party. She said, hey, you want to come to this party? Everything like that. I said, oh, yeah, I'll go to this party. And I saw him again. And the party was crazy. I'll just give you a whole recap of my year, like in another video. Anyway, and I was like, oh wow, okay, cool. I met him again, you know, I got his number, everything like that, and we started chatting up every single day, like every single day. It was crazy. It was really crazy. And you know, even while I was enjoying the greatest moments of my life, I still just couldn't let go of what I went through at my old school. I sat there, you know, I would think about it some days, and I would slowly push it away. And I knew in my heart and my soul, I just truly had to like let go of any like contact or interaction at that school, except for the people who truly didn't like. Maybe this wasn't the best decision, but it was the decision that I know I needed to make. So I cut off from my friends in my old school. I didn't sit down, I didn't explain to them how I felt or anything like that, because I had already did that at my old school. Got the reaction I did. And I said, you know what, that's cool. And I just knew it was time for me to close that chapter in my book. And I know I just needed to do what was best for me. And so I cut them off. I said, let's go our separate ways. Let's do our own thing. They asked, did I do anything wrong to you? I said, nope, didn't do anything wrong. We just need to go our own separate ways. And I cut off all interactions. I blocked them, and then I deleted numbers. I blocked them on all social media platforms and added them on everything. And blocked them on all of my accounts on Instagram, at least to my knowledge. And I just knew it was time to close that chapter in my book. And you know, even through that, it's just, like I said, I just couldn't let go of what went on at my old school. I truly was struggling. I was going back and forth with myself, like, wow, we still haven't let go of this stupid situation. But in reality, the situation was not stupid to me. I went through some very traumatizing things at my old school. I went through hell. It did not make it any better that it was a PWI, predominantly white institution, and that some of the people of color, not all of course, were very whitewashed. It didn't make it any better. And I just knew in my heart and in my soul, I knew, like I said, I needed to leave. And I was just fighting back and forth to just let go of this feeling. And I feel like what I did was I kept posting on my Instagram. I kept posting on my Snapchat, trying to show these people I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But in reality, the world told you to take a spin. 9 times out of 10, these people really do not care what you got going on in your life. And it's a sad reality, because you're thinking, oh, I'm posting this, I don't need you, skippy blase, when in reality, that's not the case at all. It's not the case. These people don't care. They don't. And I know those people who I had cut off, and even those I didn't even cut off, who were still viewing my story, didn't care about my life, did not care what I was doing because they were worried about their life. And that's valid. That's completely valid. But anyways, I continued to go through my semester. You know, I had my breakdowns here and there. I was really stressed about my 8 a.m.s. They started to catch up to me. I started getting less and less sleep. I was going through it. I was truly going through it. It was not until my last month of college where like everything was just eye-opening for me. Like everything. Like my friend said, you know, girl, you're valid. Like you can let go of what you want to let go of. At the time, you know, you can let go of what you need to let go of. Take all the time you need. And even my friend, I was just going through all the emotions. I was jealous of like my friend and everything like that because of like her like YouTube videos and her things like thriving and everything like that, while I was just in this mental slump. Like I couldn't produce anything. Like everything was getting to me. And she sat me down and said, "Nah, girl, I look up to you." So it's like we both were looking up to each other. And you know, during my time, my first semester at this school, I just, like I said, like, I don't even know. I just had like a really big struggle of like letting things go. And I just kept thinking back to what my friend at the time kept telling me about, oh, you need to let it go. It's not that deep. You need to let go. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. And in reality, it's not that deep to them because they haven't gone through what I've gone through. They haven't experienced what I've experienced. They don't know the emotions, X, Y, and Z, that I put in for a friendship just to crash and burn. They never knew that. They never experienced, and like I said, gone through just what I've gone through. So I really learned throughout this year in general is that people will truly tell you to let go of experience that you've told them about, not knowing how much like truly affected you. Girl, you need to let go of that serious situation. It's never been that serious. You need to let it go. Like, girl, it's never that serious. When in reality, it is that serious. It's not that serious to you. You're on the outside looking in. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. And I get it. There were a lot of girls at my school, my old school, who had gone through what I've gone through, but not in that exact same font, exact same format, exact same writing, exact same words, everything. Have not. So for people to try to sit there and invalidate your situation that was very traumatic to you was really insane. I was struggling with that this year. I just didn't know how to let it go because anytime I heard the name, I saw a picture, I quite literally, my stomach would drop. That's how serious it was to me. And it was even that serious when scrolling on Instagram, doing my usual like, and then scroll through the post. I always like everybody's post. And I realized that there was a girl, you know, the Instagram user who posted the thing, took a picture with my ex-roommate at the time. Now, to my knowledge, I thought they were cool. Don't know what happened. I don't care to know what happened. And I muted her post. I couldn't. And then I had a breakdown. I quite literally had a breakdown. And I wrote about it in my Notions thing, in my journal, basically, online journal. I wrote about how I felt like a failure. How I felt like I didn't grow at all this year because I had to let go of my situation. Because I just didn't stop thinking about that situation and everything like that. When in reality, I think I was really just in shock as to why it happened to me. And just in like, why would you do that to a person who had nothing but good intentions for you? I really think that. I do. I was like, I know I need to let this go. Talk to my boyfriend about it, and I talked to my mom about it. You know, she sat me down. She was like, well, you know, you do need to let it go, but you also need to like allow yourself time to let go of that because it's not gonna be like, oh, just let it go. Like, you're not gonna go up and tell a child whose feelings you hurt to just let it go. You're not gonna tell somebody who's gone through the worst breakup of their life to just let go of the situation in a matter of seconds. You need to give them time. And that's what I felt I didn't have. I felt like I did not have time to be worrying about quote unquote stuff like that when I know I need to allow myself the space and the time and the energy to sit down and reflect on my situation. And that's what I did 2 days ago, even yesterday. And I know that's what I did. I sat down and I allowed myself that time to let go of that situation. I sat down and I reflected. And I told myself, you know, I said some things that weren't nice. Did some things probably shouldn't have done. And I acted the way I acted. Some of it was not really appropriate. But I knew in my heart and my soul that that's what was meant to be. I knew I was meant to go to that school. I knew I was meant to go through the things I was supposed to go through so that I could be where I'm at right now and be able to set my boundaries. It's also another thing I learned this year is I have a really tough time setting my boundaries. And, you know, I feel like for the next upcoming year, I will set my boundaries. I will. And I'm getting there. And just in general for this year, especially the semester for this year, this was an amazing semester. Like nothing in this world could ever give me that same experience that I went through for this year. I went through nothing but greatness for this year. I put myself out there and I became the historian of our anime. I put myself out there and I made the friends I did. I did my best in school. I earned nothing but A's and B's on my report. And with a 3.5 GPA, a lot better than at my old school. I put myself out there and I talked and I asked people about simple things. And I've gotten to know them better and my school better. And hell, I even challenged myself to going to a public school. I've been going to private school for like majority of my life. So to go from private to public, it's a big transition for everybody. But I went to school 12 hours, maybe plus, away from my home, Chicago. I went. And I did that. I did everything this year. And I've been building myself up. I really have. And I'm just proud of, I'm really just proud of myself for this year. Because life was really not that easy. Like I said, I've gone through some things, counted some things, said some things that were not the most pleasant, did some things that were not the most pleasant. And I even beat myself up this year. But at the end of the day, it's gotten me to this point. Not saying I should continue, but it's gotten me to this point, and it's allowed me to open my eyes to reality. And as I get ready to turn 20 in a couple of days, it's in about 9 days, y'all. 9 days I turn 20. As I get ready for that, nothing but greatness I know is going to become in my future. So that moving forward in my life in general, I'm going to meet people. And they may not have the best intention. And it's really just my job to not interact with those people. I know that moving forward in 2023, I know I want peace in my life. I know I only want people who are go-getters. I know I only want people in my life who are there supporting me, who are not bringing me down. I want to be able to support other people, to help water their plant, fertilize the soil, everything like that, in order to help them grow, and then to help me grow. I know there's some things I want to join, some bigger things I know that it's going to be a great, like, I don't know, I just have greatness coming for me. I feel it in this year. And I'm not just going to say what other people been saying, like, oh, this is my year, this is my year. I truly think that this is my year and I'm going to act. That's one thing I learned last Sunday in church, is that a lot of people say they're going to do X, Y, and Z, but in reality, they don't do it. They don't act on it. They don't act on it. They say, this is my year, this is my year, this is my year. Then the next year, this is my year, this is my year, this is my year. Then the next year, this is my year, this is my year, this is my year. So when are you going to act on the quote of, this is my year? Is it really your year, or is it such and such year? You only got one life to live. You gotta live that shit to the fullest. I'm not about to be living my life and putting myself in situations I know I can avoid. That's why I left my old school. I'm not going to continue to deal with tomfoolery or ignorance over there when I know I have better things for me. I know I deserve better. People told me I deserve better, so I looked for better and I got better. I did. I've done things, like I said, this year that if you told me 5 years ago I was doing this, you told me 5 years ago I was going to get septum, she wouldn't believe you. She quite literally would not believe you. She would have been in fear, everything like that. I've opened my eyes to just so much in my life. And I know that moving forward in my life, like I said, I have nothing but greatness, and I'm only going up for here. I literally labeled in my Notions board, which I will show y'all eventually when I'm done. I said that my chapter 20 is higher with a free mind, and it's all based on 10. All of it is based on 10. Like her song Higher, when I tell you I was feeling down and I sat down and I listened to it and I cried. I did nothing but cried in that moment, and I soaked it all in. And like I said, I'm doing nothing but leveling up myself, mentally, physically, spiritually, leveling myself up with clothes and everything. I'm making myself feel good. I'm gonna look good too. Look good, feel good. That's what my roommate and I would say. Look good, feel good. And I know that's my motto going forward. With that being said, I know I do this all the time, as I'm noticing my YouTube videos. I love saying, well, going forward. I mean it. I'm no longer in my mental slump. And I will be posting more and more consistently. I'll be posting more and more consistently, and I'm just gonna be doing a lot going forward for this YouTube channel. There's no, oh, well, I think, nope. I can, and I will grow this channel. And I know I'm gonna find the right people, my subscribers. I'm truly gonna find, like, my channel's gonna bring the right people to me for this channel. I'm gonna grow. I don't know, by the end of next year, I will have maybe 500, 800 subscribers, maybe 1,000. I'm praying for more than 128 subscribers. Praying for that. So, yeah. Just want to thank you guys once again for supporting me in my YouTube channel, and for my friends for supporting me in my life and my family, and obviously most importantly God. Thank you so much for blessing me with the things that I have. Like I said, going forward, I will be posting more and more consistently, and I will be doing the best. I'll just be doing the best in general. So, yeah. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I cannot stress that enough. Subscribe. Tell your friends about this. Post a video. Do everything. And in the description box below, maybe post, I don't know, what's your next chapter in your life? What's it called? Like I said, mine is higher. Chapter 20, higher with a free mind. Yeah. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.